I will show you how to analyze a stock in a simple and easy way so you can understand it better before investing. In this video, you will learn how to analyze a stock step by step using simple methods and useful tools using AI. So let's get started. So we have so many AI tools. So let's get started with anti-gravity. So I am sharing a detailed information how to set up a anti-gravity in your local machine. So to set up a anti-gravity CLI in your local machine, just you need to open the command prompt and open the command prompt. And if you not install your anti-gravity CLI in your local machine, just you have to go to the Chrome and type anti-gravity CLI install command. So it will get a list of commands. So you have to run this command. That's enough. Once you run this command, I will put it in this document. You can check it later. So once you run this command, when you go into the command prompt, you type AGY. Once you type the AGY, the anti-gravity CLI is signing in. When you log in into the first time, it will ask you to sign in. So let me show you that thing also by I'm log out first. The slash is a type of actions that you can use repeatedly. Like in this slash, you can have agent features, MCP features. Then have to log out, right? So when you type log out, you have an option to see the log out, right? When you click on enter, it will log out. Once you log out, and it will asking to again log in into your anti-gravity CLI. So I selected a Google OAuth. So it will direct it to my mail IDs. I'm using my mail ID to log in. So I click on sign in. Now it will give a new authorization code. So I will copy it and I will paste it and click on enter. Once it is done, the complete setup of the anti-gravity CLI is done. Now we have so many brokers. That will take a Groww account. So I have a demat account on Groww. So now go to the Chrome and ask Groww MCP server URL. Okay, and you can observe here this was the Groww MCP server. Like you have different brokers, right? The Angel one and zerodha. And basically what happening here is so some of the brokers only providing the MCP servers for now, like up to 29th July. So like Zerodha is offering the MCP server and Groww is offering the MCP server, but Angel One is not offering the MCP server. But you can use their repo to set up MCP server, right? When you type this setup Groww MCP server. Now I don't want to give a prompt manually. To give a prompt, we have a feature in Windows. It is Windows plus H. When you click on Windows plus H, a mic icon is visible on your screen. So it is helpful to use to give a prompt. It is automatically reflect as a prompt as you speak. So I want to set up a Groww MCP server so I can make my analysis into the stock market more easily. So can you help me to set up the MCP server for the Groww? This is an Indian stock market listed broker. When you type this one, you are saying that you have to set up the MCP server for the Groww. When you click on this enter, it was checking for the URLs and what are the URLs you need to redirect it. And to view the complete information, you can click on Control O. So that basically when you type that one, you can find that you have to add this JSON file to that anything like the in the VS Code or in the cursor or in the anti-gravity as an mcp.json. This mcp.json is the path where you can find it in the file explorer. Where you have to find your file explorer, like you have to go to the local disk and in your users, we will install the anti-gravity CLI, right? You have to go to this path of your file explorer. Now in that you have find a Gemini. For suppose you are using Codex, you can find it here. For suppose you are using Cloud, you have to find it here. So I'm using Gemini, right? In the Gemini I'm using is a anti-gravity. We all know that anti-gravity is a part of Gemini. So in the anti-gravity, you can find that there is a bunch of files here. In that bunch of files, you have MCP config. So when you go to this MCP config, you will find it. I have some MCP servers for Apify, some Angel one. So this is in this file we have to add the JSON file. So let's go into add it the JSON file into this path. So we will not do it anything in manual. So we will ask the AI to add the JSON file to this path. Now, thank you for the giving the how to set up the MCP server. Now you help me to set up this MCP server for the anti-gravity CLI. So it will be helpful for me to track my stock details and analysis of the market. You can observe that now it is working for the anti-gravity CLI. You can observe here. Now you are observing that it was adding the file to add it to my Gemini CLI, and once how it was showing me the first I have to authenticate browser tab and log in into the Groww account into the browser in the session link. Once it authenticated, your session will be active market analysis and portfolio queries. Now, when you go to type my MCP servers, let me see, check if the MCP servers is already configured or not. So that when you go to move up, and you can observe that in this path, this MCP server is already configured, right? You can observe here. So now you can observe that once this all process is done, right? Now it was automatically launched the Groww platform and ask for to authenticate via Google or something. So because I am already logged into this browser, so I can directly enter my PIN. So you have to authenticate. So authorize the API MCP cloud for the access to Groww API. Now click on allow. Okay, I think it was not accessing because something has restricted. So once it is done, you can observe here. Okay, we have an issue, right? So let me ask to do it again. So we are accessing the MCP server of Groww from the remote, right? We have to use S. So can you do it for me to log in the Groww account again to access the MCP server of the Groww? Okay. Before that, when you're taking this much of time, how to know how much context we are giving. So you have to use context to know how much tokens we are using, right? You can observe here what is the agent response and how much tokens we are using. You have two options like you can open the command PowerShell and type these command. It will automatically launch the browser. Just I will saying that the AI can do all the things for you. So again I will type that run the command. Okay, right? So I type enter. Meanwhile, you can change the model to any whatever you want, right? You have different types of models, Gemini 3.1 Pro and different models. So you have to cancel, you have just do escape button. That's it. And it was observing that it was a command it was running. Now it will launch the browser. It was saying that on your default window, these URL will open. Just you need to log in. So you can access this URL, right? When you access this URL, so you can open a page like this to authenticate. So let me see why this is not loading. Basically, I am opening the Groww Authenticate MCP server access URL, but it was no loading nothing. So can you check it and rerun the command to log in into the Groww MCP server? And it was saying again working. Let me see. These comments are running, right? Once you copy paste this URL in the browser, let's see what will happen. When you go to this new tab, when you copy paste this URL, you will get this allow button. Once you click on the allow button, the authentication is successful because I already logged in into my Groww account. So once it is successful, now you go to this again command window. Now you can observe that once you click on approve button and let me know, but it was asking me to again, I think so, and again I click on allow, right? Now it is okay. I think again the tasks are completed, right? So you can observe that the MCP server is running, right? Again it was I have created so many tasks, right? So that's what it is running. So you can use the browser tab to automate it automatically, or you can approve it, or once you approve it, it will automatically cancel. Like again, it was creating another task, right? So let me already log in, right? So you can observe that the waiting for the authentication. Once you complete it, click on approve and browser let me know. And I think this one also I need to approve. Like these are the so many sessions I opened, because of that I need to allow. So once it is done, again it was asking, once it is done, these tasks are approved, because it was only one task, but I created this task so many times, right, to authenticate. So just you need to authenticate one time. That's enough. You have different types of MCP servers, right? It will the MCP server which will monitor all the time of your portfolio. Or you have a MCP server. When you log in into that MCP server, just you need to authenticate yourself. Then only it monitor your portfolio. That's it. So you can just do it how it is used into anti-gravity. This is perfect setup for the MCP server. Now it is done. The MCP server setup is done. Let me check the MCP servers. Okay, what has happened? Let me clear this. So again, let me exit one first, and again let me check it first. Okay, I exit and I clear it. Okay, I type Control L. Not possible. This was a Windows mission. Okay, now again I log into the anti-gravity. Done. Now it is done. And I type MCP servers. Now you can observe that the Groww MCP server is set up done. It was initializing, and this has so many 26 of tools. So what we'll do, right? I can go directly flash MCP server and ask the Groww, and I find the stock name. It will analyze easily. But what I did, right? I will create an agent, a markdown file to what is the way to details about the stock for me to analyze. Suppose now I will go to ChatGPT. I will ask the ChatGPT to create an agent for the MCP server, and what is the parameters required to analyze a stock. And this was a prompt I was given to the ChatGPT to create an agent. Once the ChatGPT gives the response, when you run the MCP server only, right, it takes all the data from the MCP server. So it is not required. When you create an agent, what are the requirements you needed? Then what that was only you will get it. So the ChatGPT give a specific requirements, right? So based on this, you can edit yourself also this agent. So I will copy this one completely. I will go to this one, and I'll type escape button. Now I'll copy paste it. Now I will tell that create an agent for myself, so that I have already set up a MCP server, Groww MCP server, to analyze my stock market. Once you set up it, it will create an agent. You can observe that Indian equity research agent defined successfully. Now the agent setup is done. Now I will give a prompt like uh, I want to analyze a Vedanta power stock. So I was taking a random stock. Okay. So using the Groww MCP server and the agent you created for me a stock market analysis. Give him a complete analysis of that stock with what is the parameters I mentioned in the agent. So the okay, once it is done, we can go ready to go. Now you can observe that it was taken in the Equit Research agent, and I think now it is go to the MCP server. You can observe that the agent in the Equity Research and you process for the Groww MCP server. You can observe here. Let me take it will take some time, but the research what it is done, it will take nearly 3 to 4 hours for you to research, right? So once you observe that it was created a complete report for the Vedanta Limited. So you can observe the core parameters and the valuation and the red flags, and these all the parameters, right? So you think little bit clumsy. So you have an option. You have a mention. You can in the agent you can mention uh, create a document type parameter document type, or you have another option, right? You have to copy this one and go to the chat GPT and type at the rate, type document. If you want to send this report to any other persons, right? When you type the document, you have to prompt this whole text file and tell that I was done the complete analysis of the stock I was mentioned. Stock. Okay, I am giving the prompt is that I was now done complete analysis on the stock. So create me a document based on the content, right? I can enter now. So once it was done, I think it was have access to plugins. It was already installed my plugin section, right? So it will go through the only the document part. Now you can observe that it was running the document skill it was having. So it will take a while time. We'll go back and come. Open the document. It was created it. So you can go through the document. It was created Vedanta Limited Equity Research Report. It having the current stock price and market capitalization, PE ratio, and execution summary. Why the stock is so attractive and why the market remains cautious. And the business strategies, financial performance, and valuation per positioning. And what are the risks you have? What are the green flags? What are the like this was the content you didn't find anywhere, right? It was all the content you were getting through AI. So this is what this video tells about. Thank you.